exact rotation of the Earth, the Moon, the planets. All right, they can put a probe into the ocean and measure its depths. They can put a satellite in space. But when they ask you who is the so-called Negro, they can't tell you nothing.
Nah, they get the stuttering because.
Or they try to tell you it don't matter.
And if any of y'all that don't believe that they have whitewashed images, the term is called iconoclastism. See, during the time of the Renaissance, which means the rebirth, they went through and started defacing all the images. Believe it or not, the majority of the icons and images over in Europe to this day are still black.
The Madonnas, the pictures of Christ, everything.
They are. The whole ancient world know the Israelites are black folk. Not only Israelite, Christ, his 12 disciples, all them. Right? See, we dealing with a Western mindset here because of this, what we call the televisions, the TV. So they control your mindset and how you perceive reality based off what they show you. And what is it called? Television programming, radio programming. If you do any research behind this, you know this is called Nazi mind science, MK Ultra. That's all they was doing. So now the black man is bugged out of his mind. He actually thinks Jesus was white. We think the Jews are white folks, you know what I'm saying, when we read the Bible because of what, you know what I'm saying, the TV is put on us, man. This right here is actually a depiction. It's a brother emperor sitting on the left and a Caucasian emperor sitting on the right. And men hired to deface this image. This is what they're doing right here. This is in the ancient world that we just showed you. Citrus International Library, ancient world. This is them actually defacing up here top where my fingers is.
Yep.
They're defacing the images. Taking acid and taking it to the black faces that's painted already over there in Europe and making them look like the resemblance of the heathen. We need to grab Job 9:24 to show you that actually was prophesied to happen. Job 9:24. And then it says right here, it says, top, Byzantine miniature shows meeting between anti-iconoclastic patriarch Nicephorus. That was the brother emperor. He was against defacing the images because he seen that the Renaissance was starting to come into play. You know what I'm saying? But it was a step-by-step process. And it says, seated left an iconoclastic Emperor Leo V enthroned. Two iconoclasts desecrate a religious image. That's what they're doing right there. They're taking
desecrating a religious image.
They're taking acid and going over the faces of the established black icons that's already over in Europe.
Again, it's not a racist conversation.
No.
This is just bringing truth. And if truth hurts, then let it hurt.
Yeah.
All right?
That's the only way we can build and move forward. This is about truth, man. Anybody that want to stand with the truth can stand with us. You know what I'm saying?
I'm give you that Job chapter 9, verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Wicked men run this earth. Don't be deceived. Come on, bro.
He covered the faces of the judges.
He covers the faces of the judges. Who are the people you read about in the book of Judges? Israelites. Samson's hair was so nappy it grew into 7 locks. That don't happen to Caucasians. And who was the main judge? Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh in the Hebrew. You see what I'm saying? How did they cover the faces of the judges? By them coming in as iconoclasts and defacing all the images. So now what do they pump? White images, angels, Christ, Israelites, and even God is white. Right? And you think it's true. Power and imagery.
We'll give you this Jeremiah 44:2, so we see also the biblical understanding of what this brother is showing you in Egypt, which he can show you these other pictorials. All right? It tells us in Jeremiah 44. See, we can make a direct link from this book to this book and these other sources. Again, so I'm at Jeremiah 44. The word that came to Jeremiah concerning all the Jews which dwell in the land of Egypt. In the land of Egypt.
Now, Jeremiah lived around 500, 600 BC.
Before Christ.
You see that? So we 500 years before Christ walking on this planet. You got Israelites living in Egypt already.
Oh.
What do you mean there's no proof? You see that? See, some people speak too quick and take their own head off. You know what I'm saying? And when we saying this in hopes that whoever is speaking that madness will humble down and acknowledge the truth. Because that's what the scriptures say, to acknowledge the truth is God. Go ahead, Ebro.
Now what we got right here, bro, I was unable to get the book. It's a brand new book, but right here it's called, can you see that, bro? Or you need to bring it a little closer?
I'm a little close.
Tell me when to stop.
You good right there.
All right. Right here, you can see this is a screen print. All right. And we went to Google, see right there in the corner, and we typed in Judaism, Africa 2,500 Years Encyclopedia. It gave us the Encyclopedia of Africa, Volume 1. This is the newest one.
The Encyclopedia what?
Of Africa.
Of Africa.
Encyclopedia.
Volume 1. What did it say, Hebrew?
It says the author name is Anthony Apala and Henry Louis Gates. Me and the brother Tydrell, who we call Azul, had went to Harrow University. And we went and saw this book, but they had the 1976 edition. Now, they said we could order it, but we just did the screen print. This is off of page 435. All right, still you see we in the same book, page 435. It says right here, and I read, let me step this way so I can read it. It says that the origins of Judaism in Ethiopia remains a mystery. Where is Ethiopia? Is it not in Africa? All right. But it is likely that the community's roots extended back for 2,500 years. That right there closed the class case, don't it?
Yeah, that's it. But we gonna keep it
We're
going.
gonna keep going.
That key was the professor right then and there. They're saying there's no proof of no Israelites in Africa, period.
Or the study of Judaism.
Yeah.
Is what she asked.
Yeah. And
Also,
realize the European influence did not crack Africa to 1400 AD. That says the
2,500.
So now we back to what? 500 BC.
Do the math. We're back to Jeremiah.
Jeremiah's time. You see that? See, the Bible even vouch for that, but we gonna pull records and prove it.
Now we're gonna also give you another book. While brother giving you, you want to show some more of these pictures?
Let me show some more of these
pictures.
pictures.
While we in the mindset of Egypt.
Yeah,
Go right ahead.
again, Jewish ancient picture history of Jewish civilization. Ancient picture history. This is page 12. I'm gonna read the caption. It says the thousands of war captives who were transferred into slaves made it possible for the Egyptian kings to implement their feats of engineering. Well, see, because a lot of you Negroes teach those were regular Egyptians that built those treasure cities for these pharaohs. No, they was war captives. They was slaves. Check this out. It says chained captives are shown on these painted clay facing plaques from a building erected by Ramses the second in honor of the king's brave warriors.
So this was done by Ramses II.
He's in the Bible. He's in the Bible. The book of Exodus from the period of the 19th dynasty. Same thing we read, same period about the brother we seen earlier on the front page. Look at these brothers and sisters right here, man.
Man, you ain't nothing new under the sun, man.
Top of the page with my finger at. These are slaves in Egypt right here.
With yokes of iron.
And remind you, it said this is an ancient picture of the Jews' civilization. Look at these brothers up top. You see that? Those are not Caucasian. Look at the yokes around their necks.
Didn't that happen to another group of people just like that?
And then slavery, huh? Oh, but you see, the Lord requires that which is past. Also, if you look down here, these are grape gatherers.
Read that caption too, bro.
This says, the upper row of the painting from the tomb Na'at Thebes shows workmen gathering and pressing grapes. The wine was stored in tapper jugs with bore inscriptions indicating the year, kind of wine, vineyard, proprietor of the vineyard, and the vine dresser. The bottom row shows a hunter with a snare. Now these people, look, some of these brothers got froze. These people are in draws. These are not regular Egyptians. Down here where my right finger is down here.
Tap it, look so they can see it.
That right finger at. You see that? These on the walls over in Egypt. Don't let nobody tell you there wasn't no slaves and no servants that was serving the Egyptians. There wasn't regular Egyptians that was working on their stuff, man. Every major kingdom has been built off slave labor. Believe it or not.
Someone's the head and someone's the slave. Right here we have a book called The American Presence, African Presence in Early Europe. Look at that man right there. That noble man was a man of color. All right. This is edited by What's it? Elvin Van.
Ivan Van Sertima.
Thank you. Ivan Van Sertima. See how a brother help a brother out from behind the cameras. Appreciate it, bro. We're going to go to page 277. And we're going to go back to this Noah and this, we're going to go back to, let's hit page 275 first. So we can understand what race is. Because see, back then, we didn't have all these race categories that we had. All right? So we're going to see how they labeled us in this time. Shalom to our brother Rock that just came.
Shalom.
We're doing the historical work, man, on this timeline, long overdue. It says, in summary, this is page 275, last paragraph. In summary, am I right?
One before the last paragraph.
Yeah, let me go back up. I need to go up 2 paragraphs.
Right there.
It says, Tsarist officials were completely indifferent to the fate of non-Russian peoples inhabiting Russia.
Hold on, non-Russian people
that inhabited Russia.
inhabiting Russia, huh? Go ahead.
Again, Russian statistical data on that time referred to Africans as Arabs or Jews.
So it,
there was only 2 ratings. Either you was an Arab or you was a Jew.
To be an African.
Coming out of Africa.
and then look, what we gonna do is show you a picture.
All right, y'all
of what
gotta apply critical thinking again.
Go ahead.
You got people coming out of Africa. You fit in 2 classifications. Are we Arabs?
No. No, we ain't Arab.
What classification will we have fitted up
We
under?
would have to fit under the Jew.
During the early European times. Wow.
Major, man.
Major.
Major work.
Now I'm gonna take us and get this 277.
For Shem.
Yeah, he
Yeah, I'm gonna get it now. And we finna sit here right now. Now, Leo Africanus is in my African American history book. A lot of us know Leo Africanus, who he is. Right? Leo Africanus writes this. Leo's praise of his countrymen is proof that Africans are not typical of beastly Ivanage, recorded by European Renaissance voyagers. Leo quotes from the biblical chapter of Genesis that the Negroes and 20 Moors, cited by Europeans as different by nature due to complexion, on page 278, are both descendants of Noah.
Come on.
All which opinions and reports are that be understood onely of the original of the 20 people, that it says, of the Nubians and barbarians, for all Negroes or black Moors take their descent from Shush, or the sons of Shem.
The sons of who?
Shem.
Sham or Shem.
All right,
See that?
now this is Europe, so they, they vocalage is a little different. It says, from the sons of Shem, who was the son of Noah.
Noah had
3.
Matter of fact, that's page 278 in that book.
I'm gonna bring it up a little closer so you can see it. Just don't think you're making some of this stuff up. Am I too close?
That's cool.
Right there?
Right there, yeah.
Okay. And again,
I got one more.
this comes from the African presence in early Europe. Look at that, man. You are a people, a powerful people. You was either Jew or Arab.
Yep. And that's in Europe right there.
Now, are you Arab? I ask you again.
Now,
We apply critical thinking.
Now realize we bang in Africa right now.
Hey.
But you see, we had to go and show you some things out of Europe as well, like the King James picture we pulled. That's a brother that was ruling Europe. Now realize the brother just pulled that out of there. African presence in early Europe. We both got the same book right here, right?
Okay.
And it said any Negroes, so-called Africans in Russia, who weren't native Russians, were either considered Jews
or Arabs.
Okay. This right here is the same book, all right? It's on page 261, The Black in Pre-Revolutionary Russia. Same book.
Same book, y'all.
All right? I'm going to go over to page 264, right? Now, check out this bro right here. His name is Abraham Petrovich Hannibal. Look at this brother here, man. Remember,
1790 is this picture.
remember this. Any Negroes or so-called Africans, and living in Russia were either considered Jew or Arab. Look at this brother.
The time frame of this brother's life was 1697 through 1781. So look, that puts us right there in the time frame of the slave trade.
Right, the slave trade. You see that?
Right
So,
there, yeah,
so we know if you came out of Africa, the way Russia looked at you and Europe looked at you, you were either Arab or Jew. And Arabs put us into some of this captivity that we in. That's common knowledge in African American history classes too.
Yep, believe it or not.
So the Arabs didn't put Arabs into captivity. They put
Jews. No, it don't work like
critical
that.
thinking. I left it blank. Critical thinking. Critical thinking.
It don't even work like that, player. All right, now we gonna get into this Babylon Timbuktu shortly, right? Go ahead, put that sucker on up there. So we just have
we got a paper presentation. That's a pamphlet we put together for anybody who wants this information. A lot of brothers gonna try to go into mass print of this, but we also got other works going on. But we just want to give you a detailed history of what's going on.
Put it like the top of it, like right now, the top of it, like right under there. We can kind of hang it and just look.
Oh, I got you.
See what I'm saying? Bang, bang. All right. And that's all right there. And one more thing, this right here is called Imperial Rome.
Give my author, bro.
By Moses Hadass, a Edomite. Imperial Rome. All right. On page 140, I'm going to read the caption for you. Further proof that Negroes was running Rome after the Caesars fell. And Europe went into what's called the Dark Ages, or the Byzantine period, which means backward. You feel me? Dark people was ruling. It don't mean there wasn't no knowledge going out. Dark folks was running Europe. After the end of their fall, that's when the Renaissance came and you got the rebirth in that first white image of Christ. All right, check this out. It says, sharing the rule, the Tetrarchs whom Diocletian, second from the right, established to help administer the empire. What empire? The Roman Empire, in 293 AD, are shown embracing in this stone sculpture, now standing in Piazza di San Marco in Venice. This is still standing in Venice to this day. You can't even twist your lips and tell me these are white folks. These are the brothers that took over what you know is Europe, East Europe and Western Europe at the fall of Rome in 293 AD. Stop it.
And now, look like their nose is shot off on these pictures as well.
Somebody take the nose off.
Now they took the noses off, just like the Sphinx.
Knock off the noses.
Again, Israel, you done graced every nation on this planet, man. You're the greatest people that ever walked this earth.
Original people.
Understand that, you dig? But we're not Hamitic or Kemetic.
Not the Negro.
Right, remember that. Not the Negro. All right, so we're going to get into this. What is this? Babylon, Timbuktu. We did the African presence in early Europe. We showed that. Babylon and Timbuktu is next.
Okay, let me do something, too. Because, you know, the thing about it is you have people when, you know, claiming historical titles now. But they have no type of authority giving them that. Which, how do you have authority to disauthoritize another historian?
You don't. You don't. Not, you don't, not if your work is not credible.
The only way to undo somebody else's work is to, one, prove it's in error, and then produce something that's unfollowable.
Exactly.
All right?
Let me show this one more picture, too,
Go
man.
ahead, bro.
Again, ancient picture history of the Jews civilization. Page 36, the description says, Assyrian relief.
Ooh.
Showing the Hebrews abandoning Lachish, which had been captured by Sennacherib during his war against Hezekiah. And this is in the British Museum in London. Look at this right here, bro.
No Europeans in that picture.
Look at the locks and the nappy birds and all this. Look at that. This is history. This went down in the 8th century BC. Get a good one on that, Hebrew, if you can.
Come closer with it, a little bit closer.
Right on.
Yeah, there we go.
See that?
Yeah, that's in high def, too. Yeah. We're going to try to record this in high def for y'all.
You know what I'm saying? Exactly. Just like that picture we showed in the ancient world earlier, man. Again, these are ancient pictures. Again, we the Jews of antiquity. Ancient
and these
history,
are
man.
multiple sources, y'all. We're not going to one source.
Right.
You know, we come to various sources, various books, biblical aspects. We're trying to get you to see the picture.
Exactly.
You all right? This is, you know, so this is Babylon and Timbuktu. A lot of bros already know about it. It's a work that's done by Rudolph or Windsor.
Yep.
All right? I'm going to read you his accreditations because I had a teacher tell me his work is not credible. But claim to be a historian yourself, and this man has a lot of accreditation. So let's see what some of the accreditations are. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read this biography. All right, Rudolph Windsor was born in Long Branch, New Jersey. After living in a number of New Jersey communities, his family settled in Philadelphia. He attended community college, all right, studying psychology and political science, Grace College, where he majored in Hebrew and Aramaic studies, and Temple University, where he majored in Middle Eastern studies. So this man studied Hebrew and Aramaic studies, so he learned everything from them. And took everything that it required for him to become, you know what I'm saying, the learned man that he is.
Yeah, see, the reason she's saying that is because she knows she can't disprove this source right here. I'm talking about your professor, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
The only reason she's saying, well, this is not a credible source. Well, professor, you finna have to answer all the other sources of historians that agree with him. You feel me?
That we're showing.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, he was a member and president of several organizations. He was delegate to the Black Power Conference of 1968. Why would they make somebody a president of a council? It's not credible. He was a delegate on behalf of the Ethiopian Jews. So why would he be a delegate of something major if it's not credible? To meet with Mr. McColeman, an official of the Ethiopian mission to the United Nations.
The UN, huh?
In the early 1970s. Have you been to the United Nations?
You never.
Have you been a delegate on behalf of anybody?
Please.
Not saying this to be derogatory or insensitive, just giving credit where credit is.
No, but woman, it is what it is. Close your mouth. You're barking up the wrong tree. You're not dealing with Sunday churchgoers. We done thoroughly researched this thing, man. It's all praise to the Heavenly Father. His only begotten Son for that. Let's go to page 84 and 85 in this book right here, man.
All right. Let your brother get...
All right, you want to finish going?
Yeah, because the name, though, individuals.
Yeah, I want to get that preface real quick so we can get the name of the individuals and how he received this authority to put this work out. All right? It says... Where we at? Oh, right here. It behooves me to express my debt to the faculty of Grace College, who taught me much and helped me make this book what? Possible. Who taught me much to help make this book possible. Among these are distinguished scholars. Ooh. So this is who you need to disprove along with him.
Right.
Dr. Eleazar Coleman, who was the dean.
Right. Hey, he sounds Jewish. Go ahead.
Daniel Isaacman.
Oh, another imposter Jew.
Who was the registrar.
So what they got? What do they got?
Benefit.
What do they got to benefit in lying to him? There ain't the only thing they doing is proving that they not the Jews. The Jews are the Negroes in America. Why would they lie to him about that? That means they're not who they say they are.
Close the school. Dr. William Chomsky. Dr. Samuel Pilick. So how many doctors is there so far? 1, 2, 3, 4. We got some more doctors. Dr. Samuel Curlin. Dr. Sidney M. Fish.
You still naming doctors?
Dr. Ezra Sherezkowski.
That's another Jewish person. Notice they got their doctorates.
Dr. Samuel T. Latch. Abraham Morton. Even a rabbi.
Oh, not no sorcerer.
Rabbi Shlomo Baltus.
See, they see the powers that be, and anybody that's dealing with any sense in world history know. They know exactly what we're talking about is true.
Well,
that ain't him. That ain't him. No.
We got another. And a Rabbi Shlomo Margalit. So you got multiple doctrines. I mean, multiple doctors, multiple rabbis, and others who gave this man the information to this work.
Yeah, he also,
and he cited many sources.
And he also quote Joseph J. Williams, who wrote the Hebrewism of West Africa. That we also got that.
And we finna go into that book
we
also.
Going into this book as well, showing that the Israelites.
So why would this man help this man? And this is a totally different person.
And he lived they lived in 2 different times.
2 different times.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know for sure, but I believe he might have been dead by the time he got to doing his thing.
See how brother honest, he said, don't quote me.
Yeah, I don't.
But
know
we can
for
check
sure.
into it. But
Right.
that's the honesty we need to put forth with each other.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
It says, I have consulted many scholars in the compilation of this work. Basil Davidson, I want you to remember this name. Basil, B-A-S-I-L, Davidson, D-A-V-I-D-S-O-N, is an authority on African history. So he got an approval from an authority. So how can an unauthorized historian disprove?
She just, that's what I'm saying. She just talking.
Also from that book, Shlomo saying, is a historian and Jewish Israeli in Tel Aviv University today saying the same thing that this man was screaming years before.
So come on, man, you run around just talking out the side of your neck.
Now we're going into the work, because I had to, because my professor hit me with this is not credible.
Hey, how she gonna say that but didn't even go disprove the source?
Didn't disprove it.
Okay.
You just jumping the gun, woman, you've been had. The gig is up. Page 84.
We're going to page 84.
Yeah, page 84, man.
All right. We're going to start.
Let me read it, bro.
Go ahead, bro.
I got you. This page 84, and we're gonna go into some history on going from before Christ all the way to after Christ, showing you Israel dwelling in the realms of Africa and how we got into there. Because realize, Israel is a neighbor of Egypt. You can walk from Israel to Egypt even today.
You don't need no ship for that.
All right, check this out. This is page 84. It says in the year 65 BC, when?
Before Christ.
65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jews' state with great slaughter.
Did we just read that?
Yeah. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, another name for Israel, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa.
How many is 1 million?
That's 1 million families. We don't travel alone, partner.
I think St. Louis is crowded.
You see that? You got 1 million families of Israelites fleeing into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jew slaves. You want to grab that Matthew 24?
Understand it. Notice, it would make no sense
Luke 21.
for a European people to run into Africa.
Nah, who are you hiding
Critical thinking again, y'all. If this is the land or the land of Cam or the land of Canaan, this is the dark continent.
Yeah.
Why would Europeans run in there to hide? You caught.
Not only that.
And before
Why they didn't run to Europe?
Check this out. If the Jewish people today, right, were captured by the Romans, why the hell they didn't switch their garments and look
All
like
they had to do
Romans?
was change the clothes.
They didn't have to run nowhere. You'd have blended right in as if you was a Roman. All you had to do when they sacked Jerusalem, all you Jews, all you had to do was change your garments from Hebrew garments to Roman garments.
You would have fit it right in.
Fit it right in.
You didn't even have to run.
See,
Just
they had
change
to
your clothes.
flee because they had to flee amongst other dark-skinned nations to hide, man. That's what that was about.
We're going to 24.
Now, Luke 21. Luke
21.
Luke 21, verse 20 through 24. Remember, it said over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jew slaves. All right, Luke 21, verse 20 on down to 24. It's going to go into...
We're going to read about this destruction of Jerusalem, all right? And when ye shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies.
With what?
Armies.
Armies. Remember, the military governors of Palestine, they sacked Jerusalem, right? It said Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jews' state with great slaughter. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people.
So right here you get to see this is prophesied by a man known as Christ. All right.
Before it even happened. Christ was still
and the historical account shows that it
happened.
happened. All right. All right. Know that the desolation thereof is nigh.
You heard that? The desolation of Jerusalem is nigh. when you see them armies surrounding Jerusalem. That's what Christ was telling them. When you see Titus and Vespasian and all of them setting up shop, no, they finna empty it out. Abomination mean detestable. Desolate mean emptied out. The detestable thing that emptied out Jerusalem, the land and the people. Come on, Hebrew.
Then let them which are in Judea flee to the mountains.
To the mountain, what mountains? The Atlas Mountains of North Africa. Of course, they would have to flee into Egypt first. You got brothers going north. You got brothers going south through Ethiopia, and then slowly making their way west. But what mountains? The Atlas Mountains of Ethiopia. Okay, the Atlas Mountains of Morocco, North Africa. Those are the mountains that Israelites fled to. Come on, Hebrew.
And let them which are in the midst of it depart out, and let not them that are in the countries enter thereinto. For those be the days of vengeance.
These be the days of vengeance. You see that? He told them, get up out of there. Come on, Hebrew.
That all things which are written may be fulfilled. But woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. For there shall be a great distress in the land, and wrath upon the people. See, it's going to come and slaughter.
We read the Jeremiah. That was a prophecy. So Christ was telling you that prophecy was about to start being fulfilled.
And it was.
When you was going to have to face that vengeance from the sins you committed.
All right. And who was the main people occupying Jerusalem at that time? That was Judah, Benjamin,
and Levi.
All right. And they shall fall by the edge of the sword, that the slaughter is, and shall be led away captive into all nations.
To all nations as a slave. Remember, the slave markets were full of black Jew slaves. We just read that.
We just read that.
Out of the history. Come on, Hebrew.
Not the Bible, but another historical source. Now look at this. And it says that they should be led away captive of nations, and Jerusalem shall be trodden down of the Gentiles.
Of the who?
Of the Gentiles.
So the inhabitants of Jerusalem after the true Jew fell are Gentiles, strangers, converts.
Other nations.
Other nations. Those are not the people that's in Jerusalem are not the children of Jerusalem.
And Israeli is the citizenship, not the nationhood. All right? Until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled.
Until their time is over, the Gentiles will be inhabiting Jerusalem. So we went to the history and showed that, you dig? And this is another, well, that map kind of in black and white. We'll get to that. I want to finish reading some of this Babylon Timbuktu.
Yeah.
And we got to go on down. Okay, it says, during the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated over 1 million Jews fled into Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery. You feel me? Christ told them, flee ye into the mountains. The slave markets were full of black Jew slaves. And then he quotes the scripture, Deuteronomy 28:64. And the Lord shall